I officially had my surgery back in November. That would be 2015, on the 12th. I had planned on doing updates like a video blog. I did keep up with photos before and after along the way, but I have completely forgotten to do videos. But I did want to say that give an update, to tell about where I went, how, what I had done, and my experience there, in case other people had considered going. I actually had it done in Mexico, and I know a lot of people here, when I say I went to Mexico, are like, oh my God, you went to Mexico. But it was actually Mexicali, Mexico, the Mexicali Bariatric Center. I live in Georgia, so we flew to California, which I'd never flown before, so that was the first. And then, went from California to there, and they were awesome. And there is also a place down there called Mexico Bariatric Center, and from the groups I've been in, of people that have had the same surgery as me, from what I've heard and everything, because I've done a lot of research before I even considered going down there, they didn't have anywhere near the good reviews. I talked to a few people that had went where I went, so I actually knew, ahead of time how the surgeon that I was using worked, what he done, how he done. I knew a lot about the facility. I pretty much knew ahead of time exactly what I was dealing with, because I had talked to, like I said, a couple of people that had actually been there within the past couple of years, and dealt with them already and knew their experience. And so far I've lost 76 pounds, which I'm proud of, but I still have at least 30 more to go. I wanted to lose 100, so I'm working on that. One thing that I'd like to mention is that a lot of people hear that you have weight loss surgery and they're like, oh, well, she took the easy way out, she or he went and had surgery, that's why she's losing all the weight or whatever. But there's a very, very strict diet plan that you have to stick to when you have this surgery, and it's a low carb diet, high protein diet. And so you can't have ice cream and cookies and chips and all those things, that you could have before. So yeah, you had the weight loss surgery. Yeah, your stomach's smaller. But if you don't stick to that diet, then you're going to gain the weight back, because I actually decided I was going to give myself a couple of days off from my diet. I was like, okay, I'm doing so good. I've lost 50 pounds. At the time I had lost 50 pounds, and I was like, I deserve a treat, So for a whole weekend, it was actually 2 or 3 days that I just ate whatever I wanted. I ate, burgers, fries, some chips, and, whatever. And I believe I gained like 5 pounds within a couple days. So this is a diet that I will always have to stick to, or I will gain it back just like anybody else. And so that's what a lot of people don't realize, is yes, you have the surgery, but the surgery is just a tool to help you get started on your weight loss journey. It helps you, but if you don't stick to the guidelines, then you gain it all back. And there was actually quite a few people in the groups that I'm in that have gained all their weight back. And so they try to help people realize that's in the group that you have to stick to the plan, because they're working on trying to lose their weight again. They've lost to their goal weight. Some of them lost 200 pounds and have gained back 210, or gained back their weight plus some, and that's with them having the same surgery. And people think just because they have the surgery that they can eat whatever they want, and then are shocked when they find out they can't. There's also a lot of rules that you have to stick to stay healthy, because with the type of surgery I had, I have to take a handful of vitamins every day, because if I don't take these vitamins, I could wind up in the hospital. I'll be malnourished, I could wind up blind. There's lots of things that could happen that I will have to do now for the rest of my life. Even if I gain all the weight back from not eating properly, I'll still always have to take these vitamins because I had this surgery. And I just wanted to throw that out there, is that even if you have a weight loss surgery, it's not just a quick fix. It's not something that's going to cause you to drop the weight and you can always just eat whatever you want. You're going to have to be able to stick to a strict diet plan. And like right now, I eat about 80 or above, but I try to at least get 80 grams of protein a day, and 50 or below of carbs a day. And I had never counted carbs before. Honestly, every diet plan I had tried before, I'd always counted calories. I'd always heard, to count your calories. Never once had I thought to count carbs. You don't realize how many things have carbs in them until you're limited on your carb intake. So, yeah, like people say, oh, she's lost a lot of weight, but she had weight loss surgery. Yeah, I did have weight loss surgery, but while you're allowed to, while this person telling me this is over there eating cookies and cupcakes, I'm not allowed to have those because they have too many carbs. I can't have bread. I can't have, noodles. There's lots of things that people don't realize when they go into these surgeries. They think that it's just gonna drop all the weight and that's it. And it will, as long as you stick to everything they tell you to do. There was something else. I mentioned Mexicali. That's for people that have to pay out of pocket, because it was about half of what you would have to pay in cash here. I would have had to pay at least double to pay and have it here in Georgia anyway. So that's why I chose to go there, obviously. Another thing is that you need to keep in these groups. Find groups online. There's tons of them for whichever types of weight loss surgery you choose, because it's always good to have people that are going through the same thing you are to talk to, because a lot of times family and friends are not going to understand it. A lot of them, especially if some are trying to diet too, are gonna put you down. because they don't understand maybe all of what you're doing. But the groups always understand. They are dealing with exactly what you're doing. So always join a group. I've learned that. Labs, that's something else you'll have to keep up with if you choose the one I chose. You have to have blood work. In my case, I have to have blood work at my 3-month mark, which I just recently had done. 6 months, I have to have more blood work, to check my vitamin levels. 6-month mark, and then the year mark. And so, I mean, it's, this, you have to be able to keep up with these things. This is just things you need to keep in mind when considering. A lot of people don't realize that all this goes along with it. Also, keep in mind that a lot of what you can eat is going to be more expensive, because most of the things that I was used to eating before, I mean, a 99-cent burger is cheaper than, a lot of the things you have to, when you're watching your carbs, you have to eat a lot of the fresh foods. You can't just run get a burger, or make spaghetti, because you can't have noodles. And, I mean, there's a lot of things you gotta watch. Like I said, I'll put the pictures in the comments. If I can't, like I said, I'll put, I have a blog, website that I also have the before and afters on. I'll post the link to it. So if I can't put the photos in the comments, you can go to it. Just find the blog section, because it's not going to be on the main page. It'll be on the blog section. And I cannot think of anything else right now, so I will update later if I think of anything else. And just leave your questions and I'll try my best to answer them. Thank you for watching.